Tupac said, jealous ass bitches, player hating, but we still kick it. That means we all got people that we be around because maybe we grew up with them or they family or something. And that shit real. But that shit affect men and women differently. And the way it affect women will let their jealous ass friends talk them out of happiness and shit. You know, I know it's a lot of women who either single or they fucking with somebody tough that, ain't said, let's get engaged or let's put a title on what we got. Now, these women in these relationships and these marriages and shit, a lot of times you be around them at work or kicking it, whatever, and they be wanting to say my man, or, my husband, the nigga that she living with or something. A lot of times they tell off shit like problems they having with the nigga and shit like that, and, and turn around in the same breath and be like, well, girl, what's up with, you and so-and-so, you know what I'm saying? When he gonna, go ahead and put a ring on it or, put a title on it or something. Now, when that happens, that could work one of three ways. The woman could say to her, well, you know what? I was thinking about that. Girl, you right. You always tell me that. I'm thinking about going home and call this nigga and tell him he gonna have to do something or I'm out of here. Or the woman could say, well, it just is what it is. I'm just, along for the ride. Or the woman could say, you know what? I'm not worried about that. Because I ain't never shoveled my snow. I ain't never cut my grass. I ain't never pushed, pulled, or dragged nothing in my house. I ain't never had to call nobody over my house to fix no shit. I ain't never had to worry about money. My stomach stay full. I get some really nice gifts and my pussy stay fucked. So I'm happy, he happy. So it is what it is. Because a lot of women in relationships and shit, sometimes, I know people who been together for 7, 8, 9 years, and then they finally get married, and then they break up, divorce. And divorce is totally different from a breakup. Deciding to stop dating somebody is, not as bad as, y'all being in a relationship or living together and y'all break up, Because I know people that have been together 10, 12, 15 years and they broke up 8, 9, 10 times and right back together. More often than not, if you get divorced or you break up in a relationship, that shit ain't gonna never happen again, Especially with divorces. And the reason why divorces is so bad is because it's contractual. Now you owe me, I don't owe you nothing but this. Now we gotta go to court about some kids and some furniture and a car and, all this monkey ass shit. Marriage is good, but it just ain't for everybody. Everybody ain't even ready for a relationship. Your life gotta match up because you don't have two separate lives in a relationship. You got one life. As an adult, when you have a relationship, you got one address. Y'all washing out of one washing machine. Y'all eating out the same pot. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like fucking around with somebody where, you got a separate life. And if your life ain't ready, how you gonna go and stack that up next to somebody else who life ain't ready to try to be in a relationship. It don't work. You got to be ready for this shit. And if you fucking with somebody that's fucking with you tough, they respect you, you can depend on them, you know, and they voice to you and show you, I love you. You don't have to be married to somebody to love them. You just got to be happy and be real about that shit.